Yo, what's up everybody, welcome to the next tutorial video here on duct tape creations. So in today's tutorial I'm showing you how to make a duct tape petal bracelet. So it's going to be pretty cool, and I hope you enjoy it. So let's get started. Alright, so before we get started working on this petal bracelet here, I just wanted to mention something real quick. So if you've been with the channel for a while, you probably remember one of my earlier tutorials, which was a 3-part tutorial showing you how to make 3 types of duct tape bracelets. One of them being this type of petal bracelet here, which is just a 1-inch width band with single petal bracelets going along the middle of it, which looks really nice. I really like how this turned out. So I'll put an annotation up on the screen if you want to check out that video, so that will link you to it. So that's pretty cool. So since I've made that tutorial, I've learned how to make petal bracelets in a little bit of a different way. So that's the one you saw on my wrist here. And this just has smaller petals that are put in rows of 3 along the entire bracelet, which looks really cool. And these are really simple to make. It just takes a good amount of time to make all the petals and then put them onto the bracelet, which is what I'm going to be showing you here right now. So what you're going to need to do is cut out several strips of tape. So now 3 of these here are going to be for the petals, and then this one up here is going to be for the bracelet itself, which I'm going to start off showing you. So you're going to take this strip here. Now for me these are 8 inches, well this strip here is 8 inches long, same as the rest. So now you can change that measurement to match whatever size, to match the size of your wrist. So make it a little bit longer or a little bit shorter to what you need, just to make sure it fits all the way around. 8 inches just happens to be enough for me. So you're just going to fold this in half all the way down to the bottom. Just be careful with this, not to get too many air bubbles or wrinkles. It can be a little bit tricky, but just take your time and you'll get it right. So there we go. So if there's a little bit of sticky side here, that does not really matter. It will be covered by all the petals. So now to make the petals, it's also really simple. I have 2 of the strips ready to go for that. But I saved this one here in the middle just to show you what you're going to need to do. So you're going to take a hobby knife and you're going to cut right here down the middle of the strip. So just like that, all the way to the end. You're going to want to come in from the end here in 2 inches, cut there, 2 inches again, and so forth, until you have 4 squares that are 2 inches long. So then you're going to come here, cut in the middle of each of those squares, just like this. And that's pretty much it. That's how you make your petals. Well, mostly. Well, there you have, that's how you make the 1-inch squares to make the petals. So that's now all 1-inch squares there. And so what you're going to do, you're going to take these 1-inch squares and just fold that in like that. So you have what looks to be like a capital L. Well, it does look like a capital L. So you can see, if you can see that right there. And then you can just take the other side and just fold that right in there. So just like that. Really simple. And you're going to want to do this with the rest of all the petals. So I'll show this to you one more time, just so you get the gist of it. So just fold that in, just like that, and fold the other side in. So just like that. So you have this like a little pyramid or so, with this well, a little bit of a triangle on the top, and then a bar sticks at the bottom. Really simple. That's all you're going to need really for this bracelet. So finish up cutting out all of the petals. And one thing I did forget to mention, if you have to make the bracelet a little bit longer, you're going to need probably more petals, so you can make these strips a little bit longer and cut out more petals. Or if you need the bracelet smaller, cut out less strips, or make the strips a little bit smaller since you don't need as many petals. So make sure you take that into consideration. I may need a few more petals here at the end, not sure, we'll find out. So after this I'm going to show you how to stick them onto the bracelet. And alright, so I've finished cutting out folding down all my petals here. As you can see, there are pretty many of them. And that was just from those 3 strips of tape that you saw before. And I think this should be enough for my bracelet. So like I said before, cut out, if your wrist is a little bit bigger and you need to make the band bigger, cut out a few more petals, and if it's a little bit smaller, cut out a little bit less. You can work out how many you need by the measurement and everything, so just make sure you get that ahead of time before you start working on it. So what you're going to do here is you're going to start putting the petals onto the bracelet. So what you're going to do here is you're going to start at the very top, and you're just going to put it right here. So right there at the very top, as you can see, it's a little tough to see because I'm using a different, the same color as the bracelet itself. So you can see that right there's the petal, and it's just right at the top. Now you're going to want to fold this end right here where the sticky side is, and just fold that right over. So just like that there, so you can see the little petal right there. Next, you're going to stick this right next to it, making sure the tips are equal distance away. So you can see right there how that's all put together. And you're going to do one more right here on the other side, just like that there, all lined up at the top, and then just fold that over onto the back. So there you go. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to continue doing this with all of the petals all the way down to the bottom, and you can space these as much as you want. So you can either have them really up close like that, or you can have them like really far away like that, or just in between. I'm just going to put mine like right about there, not too close together. So right there, and you're just going to do this all the way down, just lining them up different ways. Okay, just going to show this one more time here, just making sure that all the petals are all lined up together, and there you go. So just continue putting all the petals all the way down to the end of the bracelet, and that's pretty much going to be the end of this. That's going to pretty much wrap up this tutorial. So finish putting all the petals onto the band, and then we can move on. Alright, so once you finish sticking all the petals onto your bracelet, it should look something like this, which looks really awesome. I really like this cosmic tie-dye tape with these bracelets. I think it looks really cool. So as you can see here, I didn't make it all the way down to the bottom here, which is what you want. I did forget to mention that before. Make sure you leave a little bit of space down here at the bottom so you can put some Velcro. So now I did have to cut out 2 more strips of tape that were the same length as before, which was the 8 inches, and that got me to exactly where I want it to be. So if you did make your bracelet 8 inches long, just remember you're going to need 2 more strips of tape that are 8 inches long to make the petals, which is 5 in total. So just keep that in mind, and if it's longer, you're going to need more strips, or just make the strips longer, shorter, just make the strips shorter, or cut out less. So that's pretty simple. And now now you have all these petals done, you can see there's all these pieces here on the back. What you're going to want to do with that, so they don't peel up, you're going to take a strip of tape that's 8 inches long, or whatever length your bracelet is, and just cut it in half so it's a 1 inch in width. And just going to want to come here and just stick that right down on top of there, just covering up all of those pieces, and just seal it down. So now it's all uniform on the bottom, looks really nice, and there you go. So that's your finished bracelet. So I don't have any Velcro right near me right now to just put it on here, so all you're going to do is just put Velcro right there, and your bracelet's done. So that just goes right around your wrist, just like that, and it looks really nice. So it looks really cool. Now I just want to show you some of the other ones I've created. So that one's really cool. You've seen the one I have on my wrist here. So now I've been working on a lot of them here before. Here's this really nice neon green and yellow one. I think looks really awesome. Okay, it's been folded. That's been in this kind of circular position for a while, so it's kind of tamed that way. So now we have this one here using the blue serve and white tape from Duct Brand. Look really awesome together. So you can see that the inside's also the blue serve. So that looks really cool. Then we got this one here using the blue zebra. And that one looks really nice. Really like how that one looks. So that was cool. So now I got 2 more here. We got this one here that's just green, neon green, and silver. So now as you can see here, these petals are let's see if I can get a good view of that. These petals are placed really, really close together. So now some of them are spaced a lot more farther apart. So you can see it's a little bit farther apart of a gap between them compared to this, which is really close together, so you can fit more onto it. So this took about twice as many as this did to cut out for strips, and that you can see it looks really cool with all those on there, especially when it's like when it would be around your wrist. So that looks really cool. And another one I just did just to have fun with it and just see what it looked like. I took every basic color that I had from Duct Brand, or every tape I've had, I mean, and just put it onto the bracelet, stuck them really close together, so there's 3 rows of each color. It looks pretty sick. I really like how this one turned out. So yeah, so those are pretty much the petal bracelets. And like I said, you can go check out the 3-part tutorial where I show you how to make this kind of petal bracelet and one other type of petal bracelet. So you can check those out, and that's going to end this tutorial here. Hope you enjoyed it, and as I always say, just enjoy the one that has duct tape. And I'll catch you Monday for the next time lapse.